All right, hello, 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 people of the stream. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. See, a whole bunch of folks are with us over on Twitch. Sophia has returned. Welcome back, Sophia. Sophia says, turned out that due to construction, my 5K yesterday was a 4.9K. This is a shame because if it had been another 100 meters, I would have set a new personal record. Construction ruins everything. But we're glad to have you back. But it sounds like it went well. It sounds like it went well. Anita has also joined us over on Twitch. Hey, Anita. Hello, hello. Let's see. Over on YouTube, we've got Alicia just joining. We'll be getting lunch soon and catching up on Six of Crows pages. Yeah, that was good. And, you know, I really, really, really like the way she writes. Like, very much. I like the way she puts her sentences together. It's so much better than the way I put my sentences together. So I'm going to like also be going through and just rereading sentences to see how she structures them. So yeah, she did a really good job. I'm looking forward to the discussion. I finished the book last night because I have no willpower. That's really what it comes down to. I finished it last night because I have no willpower. So yeah. Alicia says, Pixie the Dragon looks a little sad and melty. Yeah, they clearly did not look at how these patterns show on this cute little creature, because none of them have looked very good, if I'm being honest. But she's got these eyes that are like Daria, the animated series Daria. The eyes look like Daria, but there's those big purple squares up underneath, or blue squares, whatever color those are. So it just, like, you can't even see the eyes. It's... Anyway. Heather has joined us on YouTube. Hey, Heather. Good to see you, my friend. Also, LJ Spencer has joined us on the Twitches. Says, hey folks, the crows have come to visit with shiny words. We do love crows. We do love crows in this channel. I know we're a bit early, but hello. Hello. It's okay to be early. I was still here. Let's see, Daniela has joined us over on the tubes. Hi, Daniela. LJ says, it was good just doing Pomodoros and reading a short story for my podcast. Yay. Hattie and Emily and Swanks have all joined us over on YouTube. Good to see you, my friends. Good to see you. Sophia says of the 5K, well, the 4.9K, it did go well. Weather was nice, and I got to visit with my aunt for a bit before catching my train, which was good because it was the anniversary of her becoming a widow, so I think she needed some company. Yeah, my mom's... Pretty much all the women in my family end up widows because we always outlive the men. Knock on wood. So, yeah, I understand that. But I'm glad you could be there for her and catch up with her as well. Yay. Daniela says, chilling at home today. My body randomly shut down in the afternoon with flu-like symptoms, but we seem to be back on after lying down for a few hours. Oof. That had to be rough. And like out of the blue like that. But I'm glad you're feeling better. Kayla Grace has joined us. Hi, Kayla. Hey, gotta make lunch. Then I'll be working on draft 2 of Project EDS. Been making slow but steady progress. You know, that's all that matters, right? Just moving forward. Like, if your overall is moving forward, you're doing great. Swank says, the dragon looks like years of cigarette and whiskey. I mean, that tracks. That tracks. Erica has also joined us on the tubes. Hi, Erica. Erica's working on the same project as last night. Not last night, yesterday afternoon. Same, whatever. You know, the time before now. Like, that's all that really... It just, like, the time before now I was working on this thing, I'm going to be working on that again. Yeah, the time before now. Bishop O'Connell. Well, hello, friend. I've only been pressuring Bishop for, like, 18 years now to come join us. So, Bishop finally made it. Technically, falling on your face is still forward progress. That's what I... Like, that's what I do. I just... That's me. So thank God that's still forward progress. Welcome in, Bishop. Glad you could join us. If y'all haven't checked out Bishop's stuff, he writes some really, really, really great stuff. The first book of the series is Two Gun Witch. Two Gun Witch, yeah. I even have a little thing. Look, Bishop. Look, right next to my tree of life. Although she lost one of her guns because it got broken in transport. That's the main character. See, Bishop, you thought I just like threw it away or something, but I didn't. It sits right back here on my bookshelf. So it is here on every stream. So that's the main character, y'all. Go check it out. Okay. What's everybody working on? I have no idea what I'm working on. We are going to let the spinner wheel decide what I'm going to work on. So I have to set that up with the things. Like, you know, like I've got a lot of things I could work on, but there's some things that need to be worked on. So I try to put the things that need to be worked on the spinner wheel first. So it is warm in here. Yeah, it's 77. Woo! It's a little toasty in here. We turn on. So, because since we got our new AC unit. Oh, hello. Wait. Oh, there we go. Since we got our new AC unit, it doesn't really work very well. So it gets very hot up here. So I bought this little thing for the vent, and it blows the air in to the vent. I mean, not into the vent, out of the vent into the room, which really has helped a lot. So, yeah. So that helps. So my office is always cold in the winter and hot in the summer, because that's awesome. All right, let's see. Anita will be working on editing again. Excellent. You had a good day editing yesterday, Anita. So, awesome. Bishop says, nah, I figured it got Bird to cast a curse on me. Yeah, that's what I'll do. No, weirdo. I don't waste curses on people I like. Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? Okay, Swag is going to make brunch. And I like how you capitalized it because it's an important meal. So, what's the spinner wheel I use? Alicia and Kelly turned me onto it. It's at pickerwheel.com. And it's a little funky, like to figure out, but what I figured out is that, here, let me show y'all. Hang on. Let me put it on the screen and I'll show you as soon as I find a place. Let me see. Let me find it. Give me a moment. Where is it? Hello? Where are you? Where are you? Hang on, I can't find it on my list. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me see. Boop. Oh. Let me make it smaller. Hang on. Let me make it smaller so it's actually on the screen correctly. So that's what it looks like. So, yes, thank you, Alicia. Alicia put the link in the thing. But the thing I figured out is that if you come back to it, you can make a login, you can save your wheels. But when you come back or you refresh, here, I'll show y'all. Let me refresh. Okay, let me see. So it sets you up like this. So my two wheels that were there are gone. But there is a wheel open and it currently says my tasks, but it is not my actual saved tasks wheel. It's just what was last up. So I have to go here and open my tasks, and then it makes it my tasks, right? Then I do a new wheel, and then I go back here, and on that new wheel, I open my chores, and that gives me my chores, right? And then they're there. It took me a long time to figure that out, y'all, which is why I shared it with you. because it took me a long time to figure that out on my own. So I figured I'd share it with y'all, and, you know, it would not be as confusing for you. All right, so I am going to, well, while we're here, let me see. I I can take sales tasks off because although I still need to repack my boxes, I don't have to do that today. I don't have major TWT tasks to work on. I do have move tasks to work on. I do have Italian homework to do, but I'm not going to do that today. I do exercise off camera, so we're not going to do that. All right. So I don't need to, I'm not going to work on the Notion today, I don't think. Let me find that. Doot. I do want to add that though. All right. Oh, I just make a new wheel every time. I didn't know you could create and save one. Yeah, that was so frustrating to me because it's like, I don't want to spend my time putting it all in. That's awful. So yeah, but you notice now that I've made a change to this wheel, I have a little yellow dot up here at file. So if I want to save it, I can just do save and it'll save the task wheel as this iteration of the task wheel. I did accidentally delete my chores one because I accidentally saved the new wheel, which is just all yes or no, over my chores. So I had to recreate my chores. But yeah. So because when I went to do open file edit, I accidentally did save list as, and I was not quite awake yet. So, all right, so I'm going to spin. Miscellaneous tasks. All right, so that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on my main to-do list, but I actually have things I need to add to my main to-do list, so I'm going to work on that first. Oops, that's wrong. Doot. Okay. Let's see. Erica says, saving me some time. That's my goal, my friend. That's my goal. Alicia says, yeah, I just make a new wheel every time. No, I didn't want to do that. Molly's joined us on the tubes. Hey, Malls, welcome in, welcome in. What are you working on today? Are you reading? Alicia says, I limit my tasks usually to 10 max, but most of the time it is less than that. Yeah, I use it for general overview because I actually have a task list for each general overview thing. Because otherwise I'll get overwhelmed by the number of things I have to do. So I use the picker to decide what topic I'm gonna, or what category, I guess, I'm gonna work on, and then I use this to work on that category. So, yeah, so that's what I do. All right, shall we get into it? So I'm probably gonna have to go get tea because I went and got a protein shake earlier for my breakfast, and I still have a little bit of coffee left, but my coffee wasn't low enough to go and get some tea. Oh, so I may go off camera to do that. All right. Sophia says, I use an app that's actually a phone app for a spinner wheel. It lets me save everything. I love that. Let's see. Molly, missed you this morning. I'm assuming that you mean Molly, not Melly. But yes, we did miss you this morning. Yes, same, and decision fatigue is brutal. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am with you. All right. And I also think that I fixed, do you remember how anytime I would do TWT or Discord in the chat, if I did it manually, it would come up twice? I think I fixed that. So hopefully we'll see. All right. We also, look, we already found a spirit because I've been yapping my mouth off. We've already found a spirit. Oh,
Heather Dewey Pettit just followed. Yay.
Yay. Thank you, Heather, for following over on the Twitches. Appreciate you. That's okay, Swag. I am fluent in typo, both written and spoken. So it's all good. It's all good. So we did already lure a spirit. It's the new spirit because I felt a lot of FOMO when Alicia found the new spirit last night during the 100-page book club reading sprints. So so we found a little kitty. It's a kitty. I will tell y'all that. It's a kitty. But I also Alicia, you didn't show us the colors that the kitty is available in, so I really want to see what colors the cat's available in. So yeah, so I'm good. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna set this up. So, but we're not gonna meet that cat until we're on our break. So y'all, we got to get shit done. Okay, here we go. 20 minutes. Wait, where's my? Hang on, I forgot to turn the timer on. My actual screen is not set up the way it needs to be set up. All right, let me get the timer out. Timer. All right, here we go. Now I'm ready. Alicia said, I didn't forget. That means you deliberately didn't show us the colors. That's fine. That's a choice. That's a choice. All right, 20 minutes, y'all. Let's get into it. Here we go. All right, y'all, that's the end of that sprint. How did you do? What did you work on? What did you get done? So, for those of you who don't know, I am a frugal bish. I am not a cheap bish. I'm a very expensive bish, but I am very frugal, meaning I don't want to pay a lot of money for the wonderful things that I enjoy. So, when we did the spinner wheel, it said my general to-do list, and on that to-do list was to, y'all might remember I started doing this yesterday and stopped myself, is to go through and actually nail down the details of the trip to Pennsylvania, because the way it's working is I'm renting a car, which means I have to have the correct dates in for that. I already had a car rental, but I'll get there in a second. And then we have to have an overnight stay in West Virginia, because we always stop in this one particular town. And so I needed a hotel reservation for the way there and the way back. So I realized that when I made the original car rental thing, the time I put down was not a good time, because we'll be driving home. Anyway. So I was able to get a whole new reservation and cancel the original reservation, and I still saved another $20, and it was already cheap to begin with. So now for a mid-size SUV from a Tuesday till a Tuesday, so an entire week, I am paying $284. So that is super cheap for those who do not know about car rentals. That is super cheap. And so what I was doing right now was working on using my Wyndham points, which I can't use for I literally only stay at one hotel that is a Wyndham property with any regularity. So I'm using my points for both hotel rooms. So I just made the reservation for the way up, and now I need to make the reservation for the way back, which I will do in the next sprint. And then I will populate all of that into my calendar, so I have all the addresses and all the stuff I need for those. So that's what I did this round. And I went to use the bathroom because all of a sudden I had to pee really bad, and I was not going to make it. So that's what I did. All right, let's see. Let me scroll back. Rachel Taylor has joined us on the Twitch. We will see how long it takes her to switch over to YouTube today. Rachel says, hey there, jumped in and worked on Halo the book. I'm still working on backstory. Excellent. Sophia says they always rang the bell in the square when they taken the first child at the beginning of October. That's how far I got. I'm like, I'm lost. Did I miss? I went to scroll back up. Until I saw Sophia say that's how far I got. I don't know. What are you reading, Sophia? Anita did a promo thing, fixed some links, and edited a sentence. So you got a little bit of editing in there. Oh, I think it's hilarious. I mean, I do this all the time, how I find ways to distract myself from the shit I need to do. So yeah. Daniela read 18 pages from Normal People. Excellent. Erica got 29 words because I kept getting distracted by a sound outside. I hate it when it's a sound you don't recognize, especially because you're like, where the fuck is that coming from? You know? So, yeah. Alicia said, I had some lunch, but heated up more to eat. So you was hungry today. Read a chapter of my nonfiction, but switching to Six of Crows next sprint. It does get so good. Jay, who joined us during that sprint. Hello, Jay. Welcome in over on Twitch. No words yet. Day job stuff. I mean, gotta pay the bills. Too early in the day to be getting screamed at. The life of aspiring writer and maker masquerading as a public servant. Yeah, I'm sorry, honey. I know that's rough. I would not be able to handle that. Erica said, last time I went outside to check, I saw 2 cats in someone's yard. One was very aggravated tail swishing. I think it was them. Yeah, it probably was. Yeah, aggravated tail swishing. That always predates the hissing and screaming at each other. Rachel says, Twitch is a bit fuzzy visually, so I can't read any of the text, but that seems to be more new normal. Oh, my new normal. That's annoying. Well, switch over to YouTube. We're over there. Switch over to YouTube. Ain't no shame in that, because Twitch is what it is. Sophia says, I'm not reading, I'm writing. Oh, you wrote that. I'm trying to find the plot of my troll story because the tarot card said I should work on it this moon cycle. Excellent. That was a good sentence. Not gonna lie, that was a good sentence. Anita says, I needed to do the promo thing. It just took longer because I had to redo the links because of the platform switching. Yeah, draft to digital, fuck. Bishop said, I got a first very, very high level outline for the last Two Gun Witch book. I'm so excited. Yay, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Heather says, I followed you here. I know, I'm so excited, thank you. Joined your grab tap. That's a thing on Twitch where you can like play little games and like I get credit for it. Worked on my to-do list, worked on the beta read I've been working on. That was a very, very productive sprint for you, Heather. Excellent. Swank made chicken sandwiches. Gonna eat them now. Yesterday for dinner, so we had gotten a rotisserie chicken the other day. And I was going to use the chicken for the chicken enchilada soup I was going to make. And then my husband's like, but I want the rotisserie chicken. So I was like, fine, take out frozen chicken and I'll use that in the chicken enchilada soup, which is what I did. But that means we still have a whole bunch of rotisserie chicken left. So yesterday I took 2 Hawaiian rolls. I put a little bit of berry preserves on them, put some chicken on top, a little bit of salt, and some Gouda cheese. And popped the whole thing and like kept them open and put an extra piece of cheese on the top piece of bread and put them in the air fryer for like 2 minutes on toast. Pulled it out. Oh my God, it was so good, y'all. It was so good. So I might do that again later today. Jay said, did a little editing on a short story. Yeah, the handsome Timothy Chalamet looking guy is creepier than the last read at Zoom. And he was already creepy. I'm not gonna lie, he was already creepy. Emily got no words, but did start the dishwasher and take the trash out. And I have a feeling today is mostly going to be chore random stuff day. Yeah, and some days need to be that, right? Because that shit still needs to get done. Oh, sorry, y'all. Yawny. Judy Black Cloud has joined us. What? In time for a new sprint. What? I'm so glad you're here, Judy. Yay. All right, so let's get into it because the quicker we get through the next sprint, the quicker we get to meet our new spirit, our little kitty cat spirit that's waiting there for us. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to finish booking the second night of the hotel. Whoop! Whoop! Let's see, Judy is feeding Pixie. Yes! Looky there. Oh, we're past the halfway mark to level 21. Huzzah! Huzzah! So this round I'm gonna finish the second reservation, and then I'm gonna put it all into my Google Calendar so that I have all the addresses and all that kind of mess. So, little snacky for the baby. Baby does like snacks because she's like her mama. I also like snacks. So, all right, shall we get into it? 20 minutes. Let's do it. Here we go. Maybe. There it is. All right. Cross that off. Okay. How'd everybody do that round? How'd everybody do? I made that second reservation. I put all the information into the calendar, so I have addresses and all that kind of stuff. Copied all of that to my husband's calendar because I cannot guarantee that he will look at it on my calendar, even though he sees my calendar at the same time he sees his calendar. But boys are dumb, so I don't know. Anyway, how'd everybody else do? How'd everybody else do? We get a little break. We get a little break, and that means we get to meet our new spirit, which I'm very excited about. All right. Heather says Eventbrite seems to be having an issue. Because of course, when you're ready to work on a thing, of course the tech isn't going to work. Right? Because of course. Sophia says, I got to know one of my characters a little bit, but I'm not sure I'm catching the intended vibe. All right. All right. And I still don't know what the plot is. That's always my problem. I never know what the plot is. Like, I have ideas, nebulous ideas for cool stuff, but I never, like, plotting is hard for me. Rachel Taylor says, work the whole time. Yes, words have been added, ideas have been noted. On I go. Excellent. Keep marching, my friend. Keep marching. Erica got 148. Yes. Yes. Daniela is also doing some planning. Excellent. And Ariel joined us during that sprint, and Ariel did her job. Yes. Good job. Good job. Let's see. Swanks finished eating and watched a video about Whataburger. I went to Whataburger last week. Wasn't impressed. Wasn't impressed. I didn't actually eat a burger because I can't eat fast food burgers like that because they make me vomit, like literally make me vomit. Because they're so overcooked. My mom had a burger. The burgers are gigantic. Not gonna lie. Like, you get, like, the burger was like this big. It was humongous. But she wasn't very impressed either. And we asked them to leave tomatoes off of her sandwich, and they didn't, of course. So, was not impressed. Will not be going there again. Jay says, managed to get some more words. Man, I want to take out a restraining order on this guy. He is creepy. The fact that I can write about this kind of scares me. I mean, but that's like, he's a real person out in the world. He really is. So you're just writing about what's out there. Erica's gonna heat her up some pasta. Yum. Kayla says, talk to my mom on the phone. It was nice to hear from her. Good. Read 3 pages of a book. Didn't open Project EDS yet. That's okay. That's okay. It's still there. It's waiting for you. Alicia finished her lunch. Checked the mail to find that it looks like someone was trying to steal from my birthday card my aunt sent me. They tore the envelope, the card, and the gift backer piece. Had she put like a gift card or something in there? Oh, that's awful. I hate people. Emily spent a bunch of money she shouldn't have. I mean, I have no idea what that's like. But on the bright side, I'm getting a new bookcase. Currently in the process of reorganizing my living room and needed a new place for all my art books. Because you're so fancy. You're so fancy, I love it. I love it. And Alicia says, how rude. Yeah, people fucking stealing people's money. Ugh. Anita got accepted to the promo, edited, got an editing idea for another book, and had to stop and go make notes on the second book. Yes. Good job. Good job, everybody. Excellent. So if you haven't checked in yet, please feel free to continue to check in. We're going to take our little 5-minute break. If you need something to eat, you need something to drink, you need to use a restroom, perfect time to do all that. Also, if you've been with me this whole time or even part of the time and you've been sitting that entire time, please get up out of your chair, move your body around. It will make you feel better, I promise. And it will make you feel better in the long run when you're old like me. My knee is feeling better today than it was yesterday. Y'all might remember I was wearing a knee brace the whole day yesterday. So yeah, so it's feeling better today. I still have the knee brace over here in case I need it. But so far, I have not. Also, your first reminder, you should have taken your meds today by now, and you haven't taken your meds yet, this is your reminder to take your meds. I have 2 pills left. I've taken most of my meds for today. I just have 2 vitamins left. So, huzzah, go me. All right, we're going to be right back. I'm going to run to the restroom. I am going to get some tea and probably feed old lady cat because I just saw her go walk to the litter box, which means she's going to come back in here when she's done whining at me because she's going to want food. So I'm just going to preempt that and bring food up with me. So I'm actually going to put 6 minutes on the clock because it might take slightly longer. If not, it's cool. And when I get back, we meet our new kitty cat, Spirit Friend. Oops, there was more scrolling. My scroll stopped. Dang it. Let's see. Oh, yes. Ariel says of Whataburger, I love their banana pudding shake. Yes, I got one of those. I got a little one. Yes, that is literally the only thing I would get from there is their milkshake. It was excellent. Hattie's copying stuff off the flash drives. Oh yeah, so Hattie went looking for a cable. I don't know if y'all saw this earlier. She went looking for a power cable, found a whole bunch of her old USB sticks and USB drives, and now she's exploring those. Those are great. I love doing that. Copying stuff off the flash drives to my big external drives so I can't really move because if I jostle the computer, I'll have to start the transfer all over again. You are frozen in place, my friend. No getting up. You are frozen. Let's see. Ariel says of Whataburger, everything else is meh. Yeah. Swank says, it's a Texas tradition. Always my first choice. Wait, what did I mean? You mean Whataburger? Oh, Whataburger. Or the banana pudding shake. Like, I don't know. Yeah, their banana pudding shake was really good. The rest of their stuff, I had a salad. It wasn't good. So yeah. Alicia says, yeah, she put a gift card inside the card. Luckily, it's all accounted for, but still. Yes, right? Ugh, people are awful, y'all. I'm so glad none of us are people. We're all persons. So I'm glad we're not people because we'd be awful too. All right. Alicia needs to take her vitamins. Take them. That's your reminder. Okay, I'm going to be right back. Y'all be right back. We will meet back here in 5 or 6 minutes, and we will meet our new kitty cat, Spirit Friend. All right, be right back, y'all. See, I told you I'd need more than 5 minutes. That was good. All right, I've got my tea. Old lady cat has some food. Oop, I just popped her in the head with my slipper because she didn't come out from under my desk. Oop, hang on. All right, there we go. That one's done. Welcome in, James. James has joined us over on Twitch. Good to see you, as always, my friend. I hope the thing that you had today went well. Oh, James is feeding Pixie. Huzzah! Looky there. Almost 3/4 of the way to level 21. Huzzah! Yay! All right, now as promised, we're going to meet our new spirit. It's going to be a kitty cat, y'all. Look at that baby! Oh my gosh, she's so cute. This is Pocky. So, Pocky is a warm and comforting spirit most often found reclining near windowsills or curled into a ball on soft surfaces. Its orange fur seems to glow under the sunlight, and it instinctively seeks out the coziest spots where warmth and tranquility meet. Very affectionate and deeply bonded to its human companion, Pocky rarely wanders far from their side. However, it maintains a calm and observant nature, viewing the world with a subtle, almost judgmental gaze. At times, a spark of mischief disrupts its usual composure, a reminder of its slightly chaotic orange cat temperament. Pocky is particularly sensitive to rhythms and soundscapes. The soft sound of typing on a keyboard, writing, or rain against the window is enough to plunge it into a state of serenity, often leading it to fall asleep, and it seems even more at peace when its human is nearby and focused. It is said that Pocky only feels fully at ease in lived-in spaces filled with gentle sounds, warm light, and familiar routines. In these moments, its presence becomes a discreet and comforting warmth that never truly fades away. So, that is Pocky. And we are going to go check out the different color options we have for this beautiful little baby. There she is. She has no color options. Well, that's no fun. I'm very annoyed with that. There are no color options. Meh. Ah, well, but we will keep her around. There she is. Look at her. Aw, so cute. Oh, and we leveled up. Hang on. Did the wrong thing. There we go. Look at that. Okay, super cute, y'all. Although I am kind of annoyed we have no colors. I know it's probably because that's the Lo-Fi Girl kitty, because all the new stuff, the update that they did is all Lo-Fi Girl stuff. But still, we should be able to change. This is the first time we've had a real true kitty, and we can't change the colors. Because you know I want a black cat. I mean, I don't mind orange cat. Old lady cat is an orange cat. And then basement cat is a fire something. Fire point. No, flame point. Flame point Siamese. So he's got like an orange undercoat. But I really want to make it black. All right. I know, no color choices. I'm sure it is because it is a specific animal on a, with a specific, in a specific platform. I'm sure that's what it is. But yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that we don't have any color options. James says the first meeting went exactly as I expected it would, and the second one went great. They want to move to second round early next week. Excellent. Fingers crossed, my friend. Fingers crossed. So, we're feeding Pixie again. Thank you, Jay. Jay has fed Pixie. We're getting closer to that level up. It's as you get higher in rank, it takes more feedings to level up. Oh, but you gave her a carrot. Pixie likes meat. She is a carnivore. She likes the meat. So, Pixie's veggies to balance out with the meat. Yes, I agree. Well-rounded is good. I agree 100%. And Lord knows I don't eat enough veggies, so yeah. All right. Whoop, here we go. And now we're getting a piece of meat. There we go, James. James is feeding with the meat. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you, Jay. Heather said the site timed out, but I was able to buy the ticket. Good. I'm glad you were able to buy the ticket. Huzzah. Good, good, good. All right. Now that we've got done playing, and now we have a cute little cat loaf who is curled up on our little desk, it's time to get back into stuff. So I am going to, let me find my wheel. There it is, my picker wheel. And it reset again, so I've got to reopen the tasks. All right, here we go. I'm going to spin my wheel, and this time it came up with the same thing, but I'm not going to do the same thing because I did that too. But we are going to hide that one because we don't need that one right now. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so let's try again. Do, 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 do. All right. Looks like I'm going to be working on TWT stuff. So that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on TWT stuff. All right. We ready? 20 minutes. right, y'all, that's the end of that sprint. How did everybody do that round? How did everybody do? So, one of the things I'm working on, many of y'all already know this, is we're working on some more formalized infrastructure for TWT so that we can then have other things we can offer. So right now what I'm working on is a home, a central place for moderators for all of the places we are. Discord, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, a place where the moderators can go and see, get feedback, ask questions, log incidents and stuff like that. And we don't have an issue very often with mod stuff, but I want to make sure that that foundation is there, because we're going to be bringing on new mods for, not new mods, but additional mods for both Discord and Facebook. So yeah. All right, let's see. Rachel Taylor says the sprint went by super fast. It actually really did. A sign that I was in the zone and being productive. Yes. Yes, James, just like a repository. Exactly like that. I'm using Notion and I'm trying to build it so that it's useful for all the teams that we're going to have in TWT. Y'all have no idea what I got planned. It's so exciting. Anita said, more editing. Had to go and fix an earlier passage because it didn't make sense anymore. See, that's the thing I hate about revisions. You can, do a thing and then it breaks a whole bunch of other stuff. Ugh, it's exhausting. So, Jay says, got yelled at again, haha, and got some words down in the downtime. See, fuck those guys. You still got words. They tried to get you to not get words, but you still got words. You won. You won. Sophia says, I wrote a bit more, but now I'm just watching YouTube. And that's okay. It's the end of your night. So, you get to relax a little bit. And you had a busy, busy day yesterday, all that running. Jay says, such is the day job. The rent doesn't pay itself, right? Damn it. James says, smart boss lady. Well, I don't know about all that. But I do try to make sure that things are organized in such a way that folks can get what they need when they need it. So let's see. Alicia said, I attempted to tidy up my desk and they gave up and read more of my nonfiction. I've been there so many times. My desk is just so cluttered all the time. It's awful. Let's see. Sophia says, looking forward to finding out about all your plans. Yes. We're going to have a whole education team. We're going to have a whole graphics team. It's going to be awesome. I'm very excited. Ariel says, stepping out of my own way and worked on outlining my work in progress. Yes, I'm all for stepping out of our own way. Recently, I started to get cold feet about writing again, but I'm trying to push past it. Good. That is exactly the right mindset you should have. It's okay that you feel intimidated or that you feel, you feel whatever it is you feel. All of that is fine. Just keep going. So let's see. Erica got more words. Couldn't figure out where I left off, but more words. Excellent. Love it. Emily is doing day job stuff too right now. Sad face. Erica says, and we appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. James says, is it crazy that I'm actually really happy right now? No, it's not crazy. But I hope that you find a better fit because it felt like this job was a good fit for you at the beginning, but now not so much. So hopefully you find a better fit. Ariel says, that's exciting. It really is. It's going to take a little while to get this in place in part because I've got a really busy couple months. So the first part of next month's going to be I've got to work on convention stuff. But the end of the month, I'm going to be gone for a week for the In Your Right Mind thing in Pennsylvania. And then July, my entire days, and let me give y'all a heads up, I'm going to start warning you early. We're not going to have any sprinting. Do not anticipate me doing any kind of sprinting or streaming or anything in the month of July, because I will be taking the CELTA course, which is a teaching English as a second language, as an additional language. And it runs from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday for 4 weeks. So just giving y'all a heads up. If y'all ever wanted to step in and try your hand at streaming or whatever, and you would like to take my space on Wednesdays or Thursdays or Fridays, you let me know. I'm giving y'all a heads up because I will not be able to stream, and I am guessing that in the time I'm like not in class, that I'm probably going to be doing homework and exhausted. So I'm not going to promise anything. I'm going to try to maybe do some Saturday sprints occasionally, but I'm not going to commit to that because I don't know how this is going to affect me. And also I haven't done an intensive multi-week, multi-day course in decades. So I also have to like keep in mind that I'm not as young as I used to be. So yeah. All right. Let me scroll back. Yes, Ariel says it has to suck first before it gets better. Absolutely. Absolutely. Alicia says it's hard to tidy things up with the house looking the way it does. Yeah, I understand that. For those who don't know, Alicia had, she's having to completely redo her library because there was a flooding. Yeah. So I understand that entirely. Imagine if you weren't actually able to be in your house, which was my situation twice, once for 6 months and once for 9 months. It was awful. I do not recommend. Emily said, side note, it's hilarious that the goals, motivation, conflict book opens with recommending to go watch a bunch of movies. That's not, I mean, I think the thing about that is we can see things more easily in movies. Sometimes because, number one, it takes less time to see the whole story. If you're reading a book, it takes time to read the whole story. It doesn't take nearly as much time in visual media. So, like, the storytelling component is the same, regardless of whether you're doing visual media or print media. But there are nuances that are specific to each type of medium. And stuff that is specific to visual media does not translate to written media and vice versa, right? So you can still learn what you need to learn about characters, about story and stuff with movies and even TV shows. Especially in terms of like thinking about a series, because most series these days have a series arc in addition to the individual episodic arcs. So anyway. Let's see. Alicia says, I can't wait for the library to be back together. Yeah, soon, hopefully. Soon, hopefully. Ariel says to James, you are allowed to be happy. It's hard to believe, but you should be happy. And I think that goes for everybody, right? So, and Jay concurs and says, definitely be happy. We need more happy vibes, especially with what's going on in the world. Amen. Amen, Jay. James says toxic culture showed up after the leader left, and it seems that is deeply impactful to me. Yes, understandable. It's really sad that happened because I know you were so excited for that job. Hattie says 1 flash drive copied and reset for use. So many left to look at. I don't know. I think I'd just move everything over and look at the stuff later in increments. Ariel says, and there's the monster that is Dragon Con coming up. That's a lot. Yeah, and we're in the, like, right now is the really heavy duty organizational part for Dragon Con, which is also why my time is going to be a little bit limited. I'm actually a little behind on my Dragon Con stuff, so I need to get on it. James says, all of the new opportunities on the horizon are hybrid 4-1 in office, or I wouldn't think about it. I'm assuming you mean I wouldn't think about it. So, yes. James says, oh no, flooding sucks. It so does. Jay says to Ariel, DragonCon will indeed be a monster. It's the 40th. It's going to be lit. trying to get costumes ready in addition to writing. And also flooding definitely sucks. Yes. Yeah, it is going to be the 40th, and there's all kinds of stuff. Y'all, DragonCon is not playing with the 40th anniversary. Y'all, there is so much stuff. Y'all just wait. It's going to be cool. Alicia says, I had a grandmother who was a hoarder and had pathways at her house, and that is all I see right now. I need to try and get through stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. So I dated a guy right before I started dating my husband. I was dating a guy, and then we ended up not dating, but we got an apartment together, like a 2-bedroom apartment together, and he was in a relationship with somebody else at that point, and I had, whatever with my husband. My husband was still in Europe at the time, but I had effectively gotten a job in Atlanta, and we were living in Athens, which is a small college town. Well, it's not that small. A college town outside of Atlanta, about an hour and a half from Atlanta. And I had effectively moved to Atlanta, and I was staying at my mom's, and I was working a job. And so I wasn't really I was still paying on the apartment, but I wasn't really going back to the apartment very often. Well, my husband came to visit me. And so, and we were getting, like, the lease was coming due, so we were moving out. And I went there to get the last of my stuff. Y'all, we couldn't even get the front door all the way open. And there was a path so it was this cute little duplex. It had a living room and a kitchen and a little bathroom and a little and a washer and dryer and a little linen closet, and then it had stairs that go up to the 2 bedrooms, and there's a shared bath, and there's a half bath downstairs. And there was a pathway from the front door to the kitchen, and then a little side pathway to the to the stairs. It was awful. And so, like, the guy I was rooming with, he had a small pickup truck. He and my husband took 3 truckloads of shit to the dump. There were mice. A mouse had babies in the downstairs linen closet. And my roommate wanted to kill them. He was like, let me bring them outside. I've got a shovel. And I'm like, what do you mean you got a shovel? I'll just knock them on the head. I'm like, are you insane? If you're going to go to the trouble to taking them outside, just take them outside. Let them go. Jesus Christ. So I was going to relocate them, but then Mama came and relocated them herself. So I don't know where they ended up. But oh my God, it was awful. Okay, sorry. Let's see. Let me scroll back again because I lost it. Kayla Grace got a load of dishes done. Whew, that was harder than it should have been. So, huzzah, yay. Heather said took a proper break this time to get food and take some meds. Excellent, excellent. Alicia's hoping for the end of June, early July at the latest being done. Good, that's not too far away. Ariel says to Jay, yes, I'm excited, but also exhausted cosplay planning. Hopefully I see you in person this year. Yeah, I can't cosplay, y'all. That's too much. That's too much for me. I just can't do it. James says, no, I meant I would think about stepping up to stream in your place. No one can stream in office. Okay, that'd be cool. You can also take over your Saturday again, although I think Dalen likes doing it, not gonna lie. Let's see. Heather says, also talked to my husband, then heard what I thought was thunder. Happened again, so I go outside to see. Let me scroll. Oh, that was it. Yeah, Emily goes, no, poor mice. Yeah, but he relocated them. Yeah, she relocated her babies all by herself. And I was like, thank goodness. I mean, I would have taken them outside and just, put them near a tree or something. Mama could do whatever. Sophia says, I might be approaching a plot, but it's very misanthropic. Is that a problem in fantasy? I don't think so. It's very humans aren't worth saving. I think in this day and age, I don't think that would be unacceptable. So Heather continues that she went outside and saw an uber Florida sky. Looking in one direction, ooh, it's pretty outside. The other, batten down the hatches. Yes, that is Florida in a nutshell. Every place says, oh, wait, if you want different weather, wait an hour. And That's true in a lot of places. Florida doesn't have like the temperature swings, but it can literally be a gorgeous day and then all of a sudden, because the weather systems come off the Gulf relatively quickly, you know. It's a peninsula, so it gets a lot of ocean breeze. And so it can push storms right over. Yeah. You could time your watch by the summer showers in the afternoon when I lived there. Let's see. Ariel says cosplay was a lot less exhausting when I didn't have chronic pain. Yeah, everything is a lot less exhausting when you don't have chronic pain. Once I get past that, it should be better. Yes, fingers crossed. Swanks says, hello, Swanks. Swank says, I'm reading Hollow Kingdom, talking animals and zombies. I'm hooked. Excellent. I can read zombie books. I can't watch zombie movies. I can't watch zombie visual media. Can't do it. Unless it's like the old ones or like the ones where the zombies are super shambling. But the fast zombies, no, can't do it. Can't do it. And when zombies completely outnumber everybody else, also can't do it in visual media. I can read, like I said, I can read about it. I can't watch it. Freaks me out. I don't know why. I can watch I can literally watch like an open heart surgery on television. Doesn't faze me at all. But man, zombies. I can watch vampires. I can watch serial killers. I mean, I watch serial killer documentaries for fun, for fuck's sake. I can't do zombies. I can't. Heather says practically black clouds as far as you could see. Yep, that sounds about right. Close those windows, Heather. Close them up. So I wonder if Alicia is having the same weather. Alicia, do you also have like beautiful skies on one side and black clouds on the other side? Because Alicia is also in Florida. So Swank says, I'm sitting outside reading. I love that. That's so nice. I love that. I need to get my outside fixed so that I can sit outside because I had a beautiful outside and I don't anymore. And why is that not working? Oh, because she's laying on it. For fuck's sake. Cat. Or maybe the battery's dead. I don't know. I have to go look because it is really hot in here. All right. Shall we get into it again? I just talked through that whole thing. I think we were supposed to have a break. Weren't we supposed to have a break? I don't know. It's 2 o'clock. Usually we have a break right now, but I feel like I've just like talked and talked and talked and we had enough time. So y'all take a minute, use the bathroom, get something to eat, something to drink. I'm going to give you a final reminder to take your meds if you haven't taken your meds yet. I've still got to take these 2 pills, so I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go get something to eat because all I've had today is a little bite of banana and then a protein shake with banana. So I think I'm going to go downstairs and get some actual solid food because my tummy is feeling hollow. And so this round I'm going to eat. All right? So let's get into it. Take your meds, y'all. Don't forget to take your meds. Why is it not scrolling? All right, here we go. All right, y'all, that's the end of that sprint. How did you do? I did good. I ate lunch. It was good. I was hungry. I didn't realize. You know, sometimes you don't realize how hungry you are until you're actually eating. Yeah. So, yeah. And then I watched a couple dumb YouTube videos just to pass some time. So, let me scroll back, see what was going on. James says 12 started my YouTube for me and confused the F out of me. Okay, you're going to have to give me more words. I don't understand what you mean. Heather says, I don't think I can go to Dragon Con, but I'm still working out the possibility of attending Multiverse, at least on Sunday, especially considering I'm going to be close by the week after. That's cool. Yay. Our Sunday programming goes from 10 a.m. until about 4 p.m., I think, or well, 5 p.m. because we have closing ceremonies at 4. So, yep. All right. What else? Daniela says, made some more progress in Normal People and made peppermint tea. Yes, I love it. Rachel says, once again, that went by super fast. Yes. Sophia's heading to bed. Sweet dreams, my friend. Sweet dreams. See you next week. You're not going to be around for Zoom tomorrow then. Sad face, but I will see you next week. Well, I mean, I won't see you maybe, but anyway. Jay says, no writing, but worked on shoes for one of the costumes. Yes. Anita is still editing. Erica got 225 word count and is starting her next scene. Good job. Good job. James says, having all the fun working the budget and pondering what to wear to tomorrow's interview. Excellent. Good. Alicia said, I read more of my nonfiction book, currently 246 pages out of 288. Good. I hope you're learning a lot. Oh, Sophia's working tomorrow. Well, have a good weekend, my friend. See you later. Swank says, oh, now I get it. I thought you were talking Marvel Multiverse. No. Multiverse Convention. It is in Peachtree City, which is just south of Atlanta, October 16th through the 18th. It is the convention of my heart. So I always want all the people I like to go. So you are absolutely welcome to go, Swain. So yeah, you can find, if anybody wants more information about it, you can find it at multiversecon.org. So, Hattie started some food and washed some dishes that have been piling up on her bedside table, which means you actually were able to get up. So good job. Good job. Yes, Marvel. Yeah, no, not to say we don't have Marvel themed stuff occasionally, but no, we are not Marvel related. So we are not. Alicia says, yeah, this book talks about the emotions when doing a debt-free journey, which we just completed, but still wanted to read the book. Of course. Because then once you get out of debt, then you've got to figure out how to then navigate being out of debt. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing. We always have revolving debt because that helps your credit score. So we always use our credit cards, but I always pay our credit cards off every month. The only balance we're carrying is some medical, like some dental stuff, but that's got zero interest. So I don't count that as being in debt, although technically it is. Yeah, because I'm no worse off at the end of it. So, but yeah. Let's see. Alicia says, yeah, right now it feels surreal. For sure. That is absolutely normal. Absolutely normal. But the good thing is that means that you can just, you can start squirreling away that money, all that money that you use to pay off the debt. You've still got that income. So now you can really start focusing on squirreling it away. My score jumped a good 50 points. I know. And part of it too is that when you pay down your debt, you get a bonus for paying it down, but But you also get a bonus for being, if you are carrying less than 5% of your, like if you're carrying less than 5% of debt on your overall credit limit, then you also get an extra bump for that. So, and that's a pretty substantial bump too. So, yeah. Um, Rachel Taylor says, the accountant in me applauds your credit card status. It is tough out there right now. It really is. Really is. Heather chilled and did admin things in admin DMs for a couple of Facebook groups that she is a part of. Excellent. And we're feeding Pixie again. Jay has fed Pixie with some steak, which, she loves. Pixie loves steak. So we're real close, y'all. Real close. Okay. I think we should do one more sprint, but we'll make it a longer sprint. Y'all want to do a 30-minute sprint? I feel like we can do a 30-minute sprint, which will get us done right at about 3 o'clock. So let me get my little wheel. Doot. Let me find my wheel, which window it's on. And it reset again. So, tasks, open. Okay, there we go. All right. We are going to spin, and I'll see what I'm going to be doing. Ooh, I'm going to be writing this round. There we go. Going to be writing this round. So I'll have to figure out what I'm going to work on. Let's see. What is all the yay yesing? Oh, for the credit card and all the paying off of the debt. Huzzah! So Swank also says 30 minutes. Alicia says, good to me. It's almost time to get the kiddos from school. Well, Alicia, if I miss you, you know what I'm going to say. Be careful out there. Good luck. Because they crazy people out there. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. All right, y'all. Shall we do 30 minutes together? Let us do it. 30 minutes on the clock. Off we go. Finishing strong. All right, y'all. That's it. That's the end of the stream. So how did everybody do? Let me scroll back a little bit. Looks like Emily headed out early for a meeting. Emily, we hope you have a good day as well. Swanks is over in YouTube, at YouTube. Came back in because it got too hot out, as it does. Thanks for sprints. You're welcome, Swank. Thank you for joining us. While everybody's checking in, I'm going to go ahead and go over the events of the coming week as I know them. I think it's kind of a normal week this week, though. So tonight at 7 p.m., Miss Amelia is hosting her writing sprint. She goes from 7 until 9. These are all going to be Eastern time. Then tomorrow, I will be hosting our usual Zoom co-working, and that goes from 1 p.m. until 2:30. Then at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, Rachel Bruin will be hosting Friday Night Writes. She goes from 8 till 10. I think that is kind of a little... Her stuff is probably going to change a little. She has moved to the other side of the world. So I'm expecting the Friday Night Writes to be fiddled with a little bit, just so everybody knows. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. in the Discord, Dalen will be hosting his sprints. He goes from 10 a.m. until noon. Hop into the Discord, then go into the voice channel under the sprinting section, and he will be there waiting at 10 a.m. to do sprints. And like I said, he goes till noon. Then on Sunday, we have Sunday morning write-in with Lisa Raby at 10 a.m. She goes from 10 till 12. And then Sunday evening, we have our usual Zoom chat. It begins at 7 p.m. If you haven't voted on the topic or topics of your choice, you can do that in the Facebook group in the event section. Find the Sunday event, and there'll be a post in there where you can do just that, or you can suggest a new topic for us to also continue to vote on. I'll be tallying votes about 5:30. And then I'll announce what we'll be discussing that evening. Also, if you are looking to be a guest at Dragon Con, the guest application closes on Sunday. So, get that in. Okay. Monday. Let me find Monday. Hang on. We got nothing on Monday because it's Joe's off week. So, nothing on Monday. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Sprints with Amelia. She goes from 7 till 9, and that brings us around to next Wednesday, which we'll be doing this again at noon, and then again on Thursday. All right, let's see how everybody did that round. Scroll back. James says, I am being a total data nerd about this. About which? What are you being a data nerd about? Share. Rachel says, went by fast yet again. That's great. Lots of great work done today. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you got work done. Daniela says, I ended up reading 68 pages during the stream. Yes, good job. Good job. Thanks for sprints. You're welcome, my friend. Ariel says, I've been in and out of the stream, but I did more day job stuff. Yay for getting paid. Jay said, no words, but these shoes are coming along. We like that. Been working on them since Monday. I look forward to seeing them. You are welcome to put progress photos up in the Discord if you'd like. We've got a channel for, we've got a channel for pictures, so you're welcome to put them in there. Anita got more editing done. You've been an editing fiend this week, Anita. Good job. Almost done with the first editing pass. Awesome. Ariel's going to try to make it to Friday Zoom tomorrow. Yes. Erica said, 86 words. Notes organized. Organized reference pictures for a setting. Also falling asleep, so I will be napping soon. Excellent plan, Erica. Kayla says, thank you for sprints. Thank you for joining me. Hattie said, last I heard, FNW was on hold until she figured out a method. FNW. Oh, Friday Night Writes. Yeah. I think that her post was something like, I need to figure this out. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't care when she does sprints. I just love when Rachel does sprints. Let's see. Hattie says second flash drive has been transferred and reset. The third is being sorted. Good job. Good job. James says thank you for being here. You awesome being you. That's me. We're all awesome. We are all awesome. So you guys are amazing. You guys just don't understand how much less I would get done if y'all were not here. I cannot convey how much less I would have complete in my life if y'all weren't here. So thank you for being here with me while we get shit done. Let's see. Jay says, agreed. Thank you for sprints. The stalking guy is dominating me. All right. Don't go too far, Jay. Don't go too far. All right. So, again, thanks everybody for joining me. We will do this again next week. If you're part of TWT, you are welcome to come to our co-working tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. It is Zoom. The event will be, it's on the Google Calendar, so it'll be populated into the Discord about 15 minutes before. And of course, the event is up in the Facebook group. So, there it is. Heather says, I got a lot done, mostly coordinating things in my iPad and iPhone. Excellent. Good job. Good job. All right. I'm just going to close it down, y'all. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Have a good weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. And we'll see you next week, y'all. Ciao.